Awesome. Welcome. It is another Monday and it's hashtag TFR Motivation Monday, team call night. Dondi is busy putting a note up on Facebook on the team page because Facebook is not playing nice again. And so here we are just on Zoom tonight. So if you guys are with us live, thank you very much. Keep in mind that we are here every Monday night, same place, same time, same Zoom ID number. And if you happen to not be able to catch it live, we have got you covered. Make sure you go and subscribe to both the Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel and Freedom Reigns SoundCloud so that you're notified every single time that we do new training or we have a new message for you. You will get notified once we load it. And we're super excited about this call tonight. So let's hurry through these announcements. Of course, we've got the physique transformation contest that's going on right now. It is going through May 31st, 2019, and registration stays open clear up till the end. So if you have the desire to change your physique, get started right now and make sure that you're sharing it with all of your friends and family so that you guys can do it together. There's some amazing prizes that are up for grabs. Get started now because who knows which one of us will be going home with that $5,000 cash top prize for the man and woman that transforms their physique. And they will be honored at the Elite Academy in Kansas City in July. This is super, super exciting because it's also LifeVantage's 10th anniversary. Woohoo. Yeah, it's going to be like a total party. Massive, massive party, and you've got lots of opportunities to participate in different events throughout this Elite Academy. So registration right now is $129. Go and get pre-registered today. If you enroll a new gold or platinum pack, make sure that you are the good leader that you are and help them get pre-registered for Elite Academy in Kansas City with their free ticket. Because if they don't pre-register, they will be asked to pay full price at the door. You don't want that to happen to them. We're also going to be learning from Brian Tracy, and he said it himself, to earn more, you must learn more, and Elite Academy is where you can do that with the rest of us building our belief. So who's going to be an influencer? In Kansas City, right? So we've been taught by our company what it takes to be an influencer is proper behaviors, just a 1, 2, 3, easy peasy. So on a monthly basis, if you do this for a long enough period of time, which they say 22 months over the past year is what it's taken for the new elites to hit that elite influencer status. And this is what they did. They created one new Pro 3 in their organization each month. They also enrolled 2 new distributors every single month and checked out 3 new customers. So part of this new promo is you enroll, just like on the left-hand side says, do this, new distributor through Pro 2. You need to become a Pro 3 by the end of June, enroll 2 new distributors and 3 new customers to be able to take advantage of the prizes. So you guys can read. We're going to let you look at this yourself. You can also go to LifeVantage.com under promotions to get all the details on this promo. That you can party like an elite distributor, be recognized up on stage, preferred seating, and my favorite part is attending the elite reception at the Hall of Fame for men's college basketball. This is going to be like one of the best elite receptions that we've had, and it's going to be super fun, and you can do it with us. And the qualification period goes clear through June 30th. Don't worry if you haven't gotten started yet. It doesn't have to be exactly by month. You can do it all in 1 month if you want to, and then help all of those new enrollments do the same thing. All right, March Madness. Yes. This is the last week. Can you believe it's the 25th already? I can't believe it. 4. So this, the objective of this promo was to really help LifeVantage have its very best month that we've ever had, okay? And it starts out with all these new enrollments. Did you know that anybody that enrolls on a silver, gold, or platinum pack this month gets a free starter kit? That's $50 off of their enrollment costs. Don't let anybody miss out on this opportunity. Plus, it also means points for you, and each point equals $25. So, you know, enroll a platinum pack, you get 2 points. Right there, you're getting an additional $50 for your enrollment of a platinum pack. So take advantage of the March Madness promo that goes through the end of March. All right, Paysetter Pro 2, Pro 3, we've been talking about this a lot. You should know it, but if you're brand new, please make sure that you go to teamfreedomreigns.com under Start Here, new promotions or current promotions, and you can see all the details of where you can help your new distributors, or if you're new, you can earn an additional $700 starting right out of the gate by pacing yourself fast. And now we're going to just jump right into the Ireland incentive trip. These details are also on teamfreedomreigns.com. you know what, guys, this is going to be an amazing trip, and it is something to fight for. You have through the end of April. Do not give up. As long as there's time left in the qualification period, you have an opportunity. So go enroll, go rank advance, and help your team rank advance, and that's how you can earn points for the Ireland incentive trip. So new markets, France, Greece, Belgium, and Ireland plan to be open by the end of fiscal year, which is June 2019, and we are now open in Spain. So if you know anybody in Spain, let's get this information into their hands so they can get started building their LifeVantage legacy today. And down to it. Here you go, babe. You can take over here.
Awesome. So thank you, Marcy. We're trying to have Marcy do the most of the talking because I'm still battling the flu a little bit. And the more I talk, the more I cough. And I don't want to cough and interrupt the whole program. We've got Scott for you. He was our most recent Elite Academy LifeVantage Academy trainer out here in Phoenix for a couple weeks ago, and just blew the house doors open, blew the roof off with new information. And I just there was two things that Marcy and I really, really appreciated that he taught, and we asked him to share with you guys. And also that in the beginning, prior to anybody that I know of, I think Scott must have been the very first person who was part of the distributor field. Because he knew about this years before any of us did. Before it was ever a network marketing company, he was one of the original investors in LifeVantage, or I think it was Lifeline Therapeutics back then. But he gave us some insight and some of the stuff, some of the details about how he saw this and why he saw this. And it wasn't his background. He came from an engineering background. He's one of those technical smart guys, and saw this, latched onto it, and now I think almost 10 plus, maybe even 15 plus years later. He is where he is. He's a an elite pro 9 in our business with his beautiful wife, Linda there. And there was the picture.
Yeah.
Looked awesome. So,
Horseshoe Bend, right?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at the camera. So, cause I want just a little inside thing. Cause when I look at the screen, my eyes don't go right. And I always have to look at the green dot. So, but we asked Scott to be the trainer tonight, and he more than graciously accepted. You guys are in for a treat for the 80-15-5, and the way he describes this, that I've never heard it this way before, so I can't wait for you guys to hear that, and his analogy of the turtle and the hare. Yeah. So you guys have all heard of it, but you never heard it this way. So Scott, take it away, my brother, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to help us.
Oh, thanks. It's a pleasure to be on the call. I mean, you guys are great leaders. It's good to spend some time with you down in Phoenix, and man, and it's, Dondi, I knew you ran a internet show for a long time and did that, and knew you've always had that good radio voice. I didn't know she was such a DJ. You sounded like my morning radio gal, going through the announcements and getting through the stuff. So I was, you guys sound like professionals. And now that everybody's gonna be like, well, geez, what's Scott up there doing? Talking
we got Elvis on the show.
But yeah, so I can, quickly I'll just tell you a little bit about my background and story with LifeVantage. It has been just about 10 years here now as a distributor, but involved with the company way before that. And then I'll teach a couple things that I taught there in Phoenix, and share some stuff with you. So I got started actually in LifeVantage. My father-in-law was friends with one of the angel investors that initially got the scientists and the people, up on their feet in the very beginning, back when it was Lifeline Therapeutics. So they sent the business plan to him and let him see if he could poke holes in it, right? And the angel investor was like, see if you can refute this, or if it all seems legit. He sent it over to me, and as a result for doing that, they let us get our foot in the door on the IPO. So we weren't the big money guys. That's another group of people. I just had a little tiny piece of the pie for what we did to look at it first. So it was really interesting, just seeing how it was supposed to come about. It was never intended for network marketing. It was just supposed to be retail. We ended up being sold at GNC and CBS. I saw the ABC Primetime Live when they let the investors know we're going to be on ABC Primetime. Saw the stock jump from $2 a share to $20 a share, and then rode it all the way back down to under a dime. I pretty much thought it was going to crash and burn, and that's when they actually had hired a guy on as a consultant to sell the company possibly to a network marketing company. And there was a couple that were looking at it, and then he, at the very, very last minute, switched it up and decided to make it into a network marketing company instead. So a lot of stuff in history and all of that. And, and that's when we got another call from my father-in-law saying, hey, you guys would be great at this. Linda had been in a home-based business, a party plan type business before. Had a little bit of success, and he was just like, "You're going to be perfect," you know. And at the time, you know, we had just had 3 kids in 4 years. We actually just sold a business off. We ran a little ultrasound business and sold it off so Linda could stay up and be a full-time, you know, stay-at-home mom. She was going through postpartum depression. I had my own business, and because the economy was back working for somebody else, and I was miserable, and we weren't looking to start a project, right? The last thing in our mind was, hey, let's go find a network marketing company, right? Or any other sort of project for that matter. But we knew, and I'd understood the science of this for so long. We'd been investors, and a little bit of it was naive too, because I thought, well, we are about first. Our distributor number is 480. So I was naive to think that this was going to be easy because we were first, right? And so now looking back, and some of you on the call might be like, oh, well, that's why he had success. He got in early enough, and it's not the same way for me. It's actually way easier now, because when you're very first, I mean, we were some of the first distributors east of the Mississippi, and it's like you get dropped in the middle of the woods, and you're the only one holding an axe, right? You got to chop all the trees down yourself if anything's going to happen. Now we've got all the trees chopped down. Great leaders like you guys have, you know, cleared the past. Now we're looking for the next group of leaders to come pave the way and turn this into a, you know, 6-lane super highway. And that's where we're at. And it's a good time in LifeVantage to capture hold of the momentum that's happening, the stuff that's going on, some of the changes and switches the current leadership has done is really set us up to have great success here for the next, who knows how long, right? Nobody can predict it. But at least for the next 5 years, it's going to be a mad rush. You know, it's kind of like a gold rush again, the way it was back in the beginning. So that's kind of my perspective on it. You know, I'd never done network marketing before, had no idea what I was doing. We didn't have any team around to help us. Linda, what she did before was a little bit different than this, so a lot of things didn't transfer over. But we fumbled our way through it, you know, just kept trying things, kept being coachable, never quitting, and found our way, you know, on our way here to at Pro 9, heading to Pro 10. So a couple things I've learned recently, and one of them, I got to get this 80-15-5. I heard, and the credit went to Larry and Taylor Thompson, who are just some OGs of network marketing. They were back in when Jim Rohn came in, and we did a lot of things in the past. He talked about what we tend to do as leaders, as we talk to, you know, you got 80% of your people that make up the bulk of your business that are just happy making, you know, maybe they're just customers, right? And don't want to do it. They don't really want to do anything. They're just happy to be part of the LifeVantage club, right? They're just showing up. They like the positivity, and they're good to go. You got 15% that maybe want to make, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, right? Where they're doing some work, they're doing some activity, but they don't want to go crush and be superstars. And you got your 5% that are those crazy people, right? They want to go be superstars. They can't imagine, why wouldn't you not want to make a 6-figure income at LifeVantage? The opportunity is here. But truthfully, 80% of our teams don't, right? That's just not in their desire. They don't want to make 6 figures. And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It doesn't mean that anything's wrong with them, right? It's just not their desire, right? So what we tend to do as leaders, though, is coach to and parade around the 5%ers, right? So the analogy that I've heard Ray Higdon use, which is I thought was brilliant, is about the gym owner, right? So the gym owner, if we're running a gym, and I go to a conference to come home, and I tell you guys, hey, I just learned this new program. We can all bench 300 pounds. Right? So we're all going to bench. I'm glad you're on my team. I'm glad you belong to my gym. I'm going to teach you all how to bench 300 pounds. And Marcy might be like, Scott, I don't want to bench 300 pounds, right? And I'm like, no, yeah, you really do. Trust me. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to show up at the gym every day, and I'm going to put you through this workout. And then and so we're talking to those people, right? The 5%ers that maybe want to bench 250 pounds, and nobody else does. And so if we treat our team more like the gym ownership and just make people feel glad that they came up, because there might be the 80%ers that don't want to bench 250 pounds. In fact, they're just want to feel good about themselves about going to the gym. And so it's funny because you've seen those people at the gym too, right? They got their brand new workout gear on, right? They're prancing around with their shiny water bottle, and they go run about 15, maybe 15 minutes on a treadmill, maybe 5, right? They burn about 75 calories, if that. And then they go get a banana smoothie, that's got 2,800 calories in it, right? They're walking around sipping on that and trying to look good and meet some people, right? So you have those types of people on our team that aren't going to build, and they don't want to go win the next incentive trip. They don't want to make $10,000 a month, but love on those people too, because they make up 80% of our business. Because if you own the gym, right, and if I'm only parading around the people, where I'm just like, Marcy, check out Don D, man. He increased his bench by 25 pounds last week, right? This workout is working, right? The dude's buff. Check him out. And we're, parading around the people that do the amazing things. All the other people are just like, well, that's because he's Don D, and that's not me. And eventually, if that's all I ever talk about was how awesome Don D is and how he did these amazing things, all the 80%ers are going to be like, well, Scott didn't really want me in his team, right? He's not. Eventually, I'm going to just weed myself out or maybe disappear. And it's because I might think I'm disappointing Scott because I'm a parade around Don D. If you're not like Don D, if you don't he made $18,000 last month, right? Why don't you want to make $18,000? And if you don't, what's wrong with you, right? And that's where, and I've probably given some team talks like that in the past where, you're really trying to motivate people because that's what motivates me. But then I had to make a mindset switch and understand that most of my team isn't like me, right? So you want to make everybody feel welcome. And so, and then not alienate the 80% that either just wants to be part of the LifeVantage family, right? They went and got a customer or two. And if I'm only, parading around the superstar, right, that signed up 8 distributors and 80% of my team has never even signed up 8 distributors, how's that relating or motivating them at all, right? So the switch comes from the gym owner that instead just celebrates everybody that's there. They're just happy you showed up, right? They're happy you're paying your $30 a month for the gym membership, and you can walk around, drink smoothies all day. I don't care, right? As long as you're up on your payments, I'm just glad you're here. You got a smiling face and did that. And there was one lady that used to come to our every Thursday meeting that we would do in Indianapolis, and her husband was active in the business, and she wasn't. She made it real clear to me that she didn't have any interest in the business, was never going to talk to anybody about it, sign anybody up or any of that. But I was cool with that, she kept coming back. And eventually I was just like, I'm just curious because I know you're not going to sign up anybody, and I'm not trying to tell you need to. I'm really happy to see your smiling face, and I gave her a big hug, and I'm like, but tell me, why are you here? Why are you wasting your time on a Thursday night when you could be doing something else? She goes, Scott, it's like, this is the most positive place I am all week long. She's like, I just like the good vibes that you guys have out, and you always greet me with a smile. You give me a big hug. I feel good when I leave, and that's what we need. And we need to be. And so the way, instead of parading around the guy that added 18 pounds to his bench last week, right? The person that signed up 5 distributors, instead celebrate the person on your team calls that signed up their first customer after 6 months of being in the business, right? And even if that customer is their mom, that's okay. You still. Be like, hey, what made you finally talk to your mom? Because what you're doing is giving your 80% hope that they could do it too, right? So you celebrate all those small wins, and a couple things you can do, tips I've learned just on Facebook groups and things. Like if you have your team Facebook page, have a Feel Good Friday. So you make a post for a Feel Good Friday and let everybody post in there something good that happened in their business. And it's not signed up 5 distributors. It's, what? I got up the guts to talk to my coworker finally at lunch, right? They said no, but at least I talked to them, right? That's a win. It's somebody moving in a positive direction. Or, I had this great result from one of our products. It's just whatever you feel good about. And then you take that post and you can sift through there and then maybe pull somebody out of there and then interview them on a Sunday live Zoom type of thing where, you just celebrate that accomplishment, get them to talk about it a little bit. And what you're doing there is motivating the 80% that, wow, after 8 months, Scott finally signed up somebody. And, man, if he did it, maybe I can do it too, right? So if you can get the 80% to do a little bit, if 80% will just do some, that will double your business faster than getting your 5% to do 20% more, right, when they're already killing themselves. And the 5% generally are going to do it with or without you anyway, right? I mean, so they really don't it's good that, I mean, not saying don't lead them, but they don't require as much leadership, because they're going to go, they've got the vision, they're going to go and they're driven, they're going to make it happen. So I think in the 85-15, those are some key things just to be mindful of, that you want to make everybody welcome. And one of the key things too is keep your 15 and your 5, because as they grow and they get bored with what they're doing, they're going to want to change what everybody is doing. But you got to keep everybody on the same page to keep it what the 80% can do. So you're all doing the same thing. It's just the 15% are doing more of it and the 5% are doing way more of it. But you always teach that same message and teach that same thing because that's what's duplicatable in your team. And sometimes the 5%ers want to go reinvent the wheel, sometimes just because they get bored with it, right? They've been doing this presentation for 2 years. They want to switch it up. And it still works, right? It's just kind of boring for them. So you kind of help keep those people in mind that, you stick with what works and keep it within there. So did I cover that good enough for you? Is there any questions or things you want to add?
That was awesome. That was seriously awesome. I love the Feel Good Friday and letting people let us know what they're super excited and happy about. Because I'm like, oh gosh, how do I track everything and come up with the right people to promote? But let them promote themselves and let us know what they're excited about. So yeah,
exactly.
I love that so much. That was perfect on that 80-15-5.
So the next part you wanted me to talk about was the turtles and the hares, which is something that kind of combined a couple of different sayings I'd always heard in network marketing. And then one day it just kind of clicked with me, because you always heard, you work with what you've got until you get what you want, right? And then you also hear about, coaching and training people, but you never stop recruiting. And there's a little bit too where the team that got you to, Pro 5 isn't the same team that's going to get you to 6, isn't the same team that's going to get you to 7 or to 9 or to 10. And so when you stop recruiting, right, and when you slow down your recruiting, your business will just go level out. It does all the time. And the recruiting, I'd rather be in management mode than recruiting, to be honest, right? Everybody would, or most people would. But every time I've gotten into if you want to grow your team, you got to keep recruiting. You've got to keep. So it's a mindset, and it's a different switch to, you're not getting people on your team, right? What you're doing is helping people. It's a shift in your way of being, because our products do help so many people. And if you care about people, you're going to want to share them all the time anyway and help people out. And so if you can take that tweak, that mind shift, and then get into the habit of, I'm going to do my 15 presentations a month, right? And so part of that key is your 15 presentations, 5 of them need to be for yourself, okay? Because it's real easy if I'm a Pro 5 or a Pro 4 even to do my 15 presentations just for all my team and not have any for my own people. But 5 of them have to be for your own people, so your business keeps growing. So as you grow a team, okay, it's easy to get a few people on your team, and in the beginning you might have recruited some turtles, right? And those are people that are just going to move at their pace. They're not the 5%ers. They're not hard drivers that just want to go. In fact, if you start talking to them about making a 6-figure income, they, yeah, that sounds nice, but I just want to get a few people on, maybe get some free product, right? Or do some of the, do just a little bit. So a lot of times what'll happen, and what happened to me, so I got to Pro 5, and I had this idea, if I could get 5 of my people to Pro 5, that would be 100,000 volume, and I could be an elite. So I picked 5 of my people and was like, I'm going to pour in a bunch of coaching to them, and I'm going to turn those people into Pro 5s. The problem is I didn't ask them if they wanted to be Pro 5s, right? And some of them didn't. And so some of those people turned out to be turtles, right? So I'm trying to teach a turtle how to be a hare, and I'm trying to make it go faster when it's not going to go faster, right? And if you're trying to coach your turtles to be hares, you're just going to make the turtle mad, and it's going to frustrate you, right? And you can even pick up the turtle and carry him, right? And help him get there faster, which works a little bit, and Jim Rohn said, he's like, you can carry 1 or maybe 2 people to the finish line. He's like, but it's going to wear you out, and it's not, you can't do that over and over again, right? So you can only carry a couple to the finish line, but you can lead thousands. And so that's the trick is, maybe you're looking around your team, or you're thinking mentally about your team right now, like, I got a team full of turtles, right? Well, love on them, right? And that's what you've got. So you work with what you've got till you get what you want. So if I have to call up all my turtles and remind them that, training is this Tuesday, or, I got my Monday motivation call, and I'm reminding you all to get on the call, right? And remind you to do this, remind you to do that. And if I'm reminding you everything in your business and dragging you through the business, that's me just dragging my turtles, right? So eventually you're going to get a distributor that's a Hare, right? That just wants to run fast and wants to go. I remember when I got my first one, I was like, whoa, these guys actually exist, right? Like they've told me they're out there. I found somebody like me, who's calling me up 3 times a day and saying, man, I'm sorry to bug you again. And I'm like, no, you're not bugging me, right? Keep calling. I love that you're excited. And they're the people that call and say, hey, the LVA is coming up this month. Can I pick you up early and take you to breakfast beforehand, right? And can we line up some one-on-ones after? Those are the types of people that we're looking for. But if I spend all my time coaching my turtles, I'm missing my Hares, right? Because that's the 5 presentations a month that you're doing for yourself. Because if I'm only doing them for my team, and I can be looking in there, and sometimes a turtle will lead you to a Hare, but doing 5 for myself, I'm more likely to, if you're doing all your time coaching your turtles, the Hare could be hopping right down beside you, and you missed them, right? Because you don't have your eyes open and you're not out presenting to other new people. So, and then so there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, if you've got your team full of turtles, you recruit a Hare. Now, eventually, you still got to call your turtles, and your Hare's calling you. But then you go get another Hare, and then another Hare, and all of a sudden, your 3 or 4 Hares are calling you all the time, and you don't even have time to call your turtles. And your turtles stop calling you, and they'll stop showing up, and they'll stop doing those things. It doesn't mean we don't love on them, right? If one calls me up, I'll be glad to go do a meeting for them or work on them. A lot of times, sometimes they're watching the Hares, and a couple of them will kind of wake up, and want to go a little bit faster. But now I'm not wearing myself out trying to carry my turtles around, right? And trying to motivate everybody and keep everybody doing all that stuff. I got people that are pushing me instead. And so that's where you eventually will get your team and know your Hares that are easy and fast and everything to work with. And a lot of people, when you talk about, starting over, I have that conversation a lot with distributors that have been in 5 or 6 or 7 years. And they're like, I just don't know if I could do all that again. I'm like, well, you're not going to do it all again because now you're smarter. Now you know more about network marketing. You can identify the turtles and the Hares faster, and you're going to watch what people do instead of listening. So you're not going to let the time wasters waste your time. And so I think that's another part of, you work with what you got. If what you have is turtles and you work with them, keep recruiting so you get what you want, right? And then you just love on everybody and make all your turtles feel welcome, right? The people that are just want to be part of LifeVantage family. And every now and then, every 2 or 3 years, some switches, they hit high noon and they kick into high gear. You never know when that's going to happen. So I think, I could go on, but for the sake of time, I think that pretty well covered that point. Do you think?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was great.
Very,
I thought it was
good.
So good. And I really love the way that you said that you've got to watch what they do. Not listen to what they're saying, but watch what they do, because it's really not up to the leader to identify who or what a person is, right? Whether they're that turtle or whether they're the Hare. Yeah. So I loved that. And so really for those people that are on right now, it's just a matter of identifying yourself, making those phone calls, stepping into what you want to be and letting people know, hey, I want to run with this, or, hey, you know what, right now, this is just where I'm at. Because we love everybody, right? We love every single one of you. So Scott, we are so thankful for you. And thank you also for being part of the Field Advisory Board. And we know what goes into that. So we appreciate all the time and effort and energy. And
sacrifice.
And passion for this company and wanting it to just be on the right track. So thank you so very much for your time tonight on the call. Thank you for that, all of that nuggets with the 80-15-5, with the turtle and the Hare. And we are super excited for our team to be able to start really thinking along that way and running with it, or crawling if that's what they want to do. Right. So thank you so much for your time, Scott. So for the rest of you guys on Team Freedom Reigns, remember, tomorrow night is the live opportunity overview. Invite. But keep in mind, use the Zoom ID number. We try to go live through Facebook, but as you saw tonight, it doesn't always work properly. So please make sure that if you have guests that are willing to get on and see what you're so excited about, that you give them the guaranteed shot of seeing it by giving them the Zoom link. Okay, walk them through how to download Zoom and how to get on. So again, Scott, thank you so very much. And Team Freedom Reigns, thank you so much for being on this call tonight. Go ahead, Scott. Did you have something else you wanted to say?
Thank you for having me on. It was awesome. And Team Freedom Reigns, you're lucky to have leaders like this that are willing to put this content stuff out there for you. So you guys have always been great leaders in LifeVantage. Love and respect you guys a ton. And we'll see you out in Kansas here pretty soon, right?
Yes, we're so excited. And give Linda a hug for us,
God
please.
God bless you and Linda, the family.
Yes. All right. So Monday night, #TFR Motivation Monday. If you were on here live, thank you so very much. If you're watching this as a replay, guys, we love every single one of you. Identify who you are, what you want to do with your LifeVantage business, and we are here to either walk, jog, or run with you, or fly if you're one of those. So let's just get busy building this business and have a great night.
Yes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. And thank you so much, Scott. You're amazing, brother.
And thanks, guys.
Yes. Bye-bye.